I love parsnips. They're like a blonde carrot, but they've got a baker's cupboard fragrance to them. Cinnamon, hint of nutmeg and clove, all mixed together. I've got some carrots already started and some sliced shallots just to give the root vegetables some flavor. When you're preparing root vegetables like these, make sure that they're all cut around the same size if they cook at the same rate. So I want to cut my parsnip the same size as my carrot. Now for my delicata squash, which looks a bit like a zucchini, tastes like a butternut squash. What I love most about the delicata is it doesn't require peeling. The whole squash cooks and the skin is actually quite tender. The delicata doesn't take quite as long as the carrots or parsnips to roast, so that's why I cut them a little bigger. And the last root vegetable to add, about half of this celery root. You do have to peel it. I give the root side a cut and then trim down. I'll roast the root vegetables uncovered with just a drizzle of olive oil, a touch of salt and pepper, and a couple of sprigs of fresh thyme, and I'll just leave the thyme intact on the stem. Give this a toss, and I'll pull out the thyme before I serve the roasted vegetables. They take 30 to 40 minutes in a 350 oven. I can always reheat these so roasted root vegetable can be done ahead of time. I want to add a little zing and serve the root vegetables in a warm vinaigrette. So I'll make the vinaigrette now and then warm it up when I'm ready to serve the vegetables. Part of what I valued in Sunday supper growing up was Sunday supper just had its own fragrance to it, whether it was the roasting chicken, the pot roast, the roast beef. The shallots in the roasting pan with the root vegetables will caramelize a bit, but these shallots just need to soften up. If I were making a traditional vinaigrette for a salad, I would add a touch of Dijon mustard, so I'll do the same for a warm vinaigrette. And a splash of apple cider vinegar. By serving the root vegetables with a warm vinaigrette, the tang of the vinegar just wakes up the sweetness in the parsnips and the carrots and the squash and celery root. Will really be nice next to the pork roast. One of the great things about a warm vinaigrette over a regular one, it takes about half the amount of oil as a traditional vinaigrette. Just shut this off the heat and add a little chopped rosemary. A little seasoning, and I'll adjust that right before I'm ready to serve. So right before we sit down, I'll toss the vinaigrette over the vegetables and then garnish the whole dish with some pumpkin seeds. And they're a great crunchy addition that suits all the root vegetable flavors with that tangy vinaigrette. I think my parents will really enjoy it. And I'd like to make my pear and spiced chocolate tart for them for dessert, but I have to buy some pears first.